Apple offers iCloud storage for video. Well, sort of. My name is Tim Brown, and join me for this next episode of my Apple Podcast. Everyone, Tim Brown, welcome back to my Apple Podcast. So yes, indeed, Apple does offer iCloud storage for video, but not what you think. Apple's not there yet in terms of providing the same kind of service for video as it does with, say, photographs using the photo stream option that comes with your iCloud account. You notice that there's no video stream for iCloud. However, Apple is beginning to move in the right direction for video, using iMovie as the portal for doing so. Now, I reviewed this earlier when I did my previous episode on iMovie for iOS 7. And I'm going to revisit that particular feature here. So when you open up iMovie, you will notice along the top, right before you begin a new project, you have three options. You have Theater in the top right. Theater are basically videos that you have exported from projects that you set up using iMovie that you saved to the cloud. And this is how Apple's beginning to use iCloud as a service for storing your videos. When you save your final videos to Theater, essentially you can access those videos from any device and or your computer. So this is the closest thing to iCloud video storage that you're going to get right now, but it's still a great feature. Why? Because you can do this without even setting up a project in iMovie. So let me just move over to projects, for example. Now here you see I have a project that I already set up. And when I tap on it, you see I have the option to play it, delete it, and or share it. And when I click the share button, of course, there are the usual options to share to Facebook and YouTube and Vimeo, but there's also the option to share to Movie Theater. So when you select Movie Theater, as you can see, it begins exporting that file, not to my camera roll, but to my iCloud account. But let's just say you don't want to go through the trouble of setting up a new video project. For example, if I hit the plus symbol, I will start a new project. Typically what I would do is go into this mode, choose a template, then in the top right corner, click Create Movie, and then go to my library and proceed by importing content into my movie project where I would then add titles, transitions, and so forth. But what if you don't want to go through all that? What if you just want to use the video storage in the cloud for just storing your videos? Straightforward video footage that you took with your camera. Well, you can do that actually because you have that option on the left where you just select video. Now, typically you would select video to import into your project, but guess what? You don't necessarily have to do that. You don't have to import video into a project to send it to the cloud. What you're seeing here, for example, are all the videos I have on my camera roll currently. So if I select one of those videos, you see I do not have the option to add it to my project because I actually haven't started a project. I'm merely accessing the videos in my library. When I hit the shared icon, I have the usual shared options to share to Facebook, YouTube, and Vimeo, and so forth. But I also have the option to share it to iMovie Theater. So you can see here what it's prompted me to do is enter a name for the video because this is coming straight from my library. So I have to give it a name. So I'm just going to call it video. Then click OK. And after giving it a name, it exports that video file directly to iCloud in the same way it did the video that was generated from a project I created using iMovie. And all I'm doing here essentially is just exporting the movie directly from my camera roll to the cloud. The only limitation here, if you want to call it a limitation, is that you have to go through iMovie to do this. But that's it. I mean, it's really not inconvenient at all. Essentially, iMovie is just simply the portal through which your videos are sent to the cloud. So now you see this video, which I labeled video. In the top left corner is a video I imported directly from my camera roll under the video heading, which went directly to the cloud, and I can access that video now from any computer or device. So essentially, you do have video in the cloud using Apple's iCloud service. And again, it can be done using iMovie as a portal, but without creating a project at all. It's something that is obvious at first, but can easily be overlooked for its overwhelming simplicity. But take advantage of this. This is great, especially if you have the extra space to do so. My name is Tim Brown. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of My Apple Podcast. You can check me out at myapplepodcast.com or email me at myapplepodcast@gmail.com. See you later.